I'm a long-haul trucker, just like any other. Only my job isn't just moving cargo, it's capturing it and protecting ordinary people from those now trapped in my trailer. They've long been dead, their bodies decayed. Only restless, vengeful spirits remain. But now they can touch you, grip your throat, take you, turn you into one of them. The truck swerved, but the road was fine, smooth. Maybe something happened in the trailer. Unlikely. They're like fish in a tank, hardly able to escape. But I know anything is possible. I pulled into a roadside pull-off, gritting my teeth. Another trucker was already there, and from his stance, it was clear he'd be eager to chat. "I don't need this," I muttered, stepping out and lighting a cigarette. Sure enough, he walked over. "Hey, how's the road?" he said, offering a hand. "Cops up ahead, waiting out the storm. Man, they're rough today. I partied hard last night. You feel me?" I just nodded, wanted to shake him, explain that drunk driving with 30 tons under you is a death sentence. Anyone would be crushed, even him. "What you hauling?" he continued, ignoring my silence. "Cargo," I mumbled, heading toward a worn shack, the words M and F scrawled in red paint. The other driver was on the phone. I took another puff, relieved when he eventually started his truck and left. "Finally," I muttered, dropping the cigarette and climbed into the trailer. First, I moved the boxes of cleaning chemicals aside. Weak protection, but better than nothing. If anything went wrong, I'd be covered. I am, after all, a skilled trucker. At the plywood partition, I lifted it off its hinges, revealing 2 glass tanks. Inside, chained with metal links, they sat, each in his own cube, their bloodshot eyes locked onto me. Just days ago, these restless spirits were wreaking havoc, driving people insane, siphoning life force slowly or suddenly, like a needle piercing the heart. Snap, and a person collapses. Doctors call it sudden cardiac arrest. I checked the tanks. Protective sigils drawn in brown paint on the glass were intact. I grabbed a sprayer and squirted through a small hole at eye level. Then I added handfuls of white salt to the floor. They were silent. Maybe they'd forgotten human speech. The gaze from those lifeless eyes made me want to disappear. I had 4 more days on the road. They'd last. I'm a trucker. I fear no long miles. My employers would handle what came next. They knew the occult, the paranormal, the spirits. They could banish these souls or erase them entirely, as if they never existed. I took a last look at the tanks. 2 former humans, now stripped of all humanity. One, Greg Malone, looked like a flattened clay figure. The other, Ryan Parker, appeared almost normal, except completely pale. Greg Malone. Greg sat at his computer. For him, it was life itself. Here, he earned money, met people, shopped, paid bills. He had forgotten the last time he left his apartment. Today was a special day. In his online game, where he held a top position, a competition was underway. The grand prize, rare, highly valuable virtual armor, for his virtual character, of course. He tapped keys and clicked the mouse with precision, afraid to blink and miss a move, and then the power went out. Mouth agape, eyes wide, he exhaled sharply. Only seconds to react. He burst into the hallway, finding an electrician fiddling with the main panel. "The power, it's out," Greg stammered. He was counting on his lead-in points to survive the competition. "I know. Should be 30 to 40 minutes. Lift notice says maintenance," the worker muttered, continuing to check the wires. "I need it now," Greg shrieked. The worker paused, glanced at the trembling man. Then, A click somewhere, and the lights came back on. Greg didn't wait to thank him. A brilliant idea struck him, like a light bulb illuminating the room. He grabbed a large utility knife, fingers dancing over the keyboard with practiced precision, guiding his character to victory. The worker gasped and slumped silently. Greg glanced at his hands and shirt, stained with small and large dark brown marks. He went back to his apartment and restarted the computer. "If I try hard, I can overtake them," Greg whispered. But he didn't get a chance. An old neighbor had seen everything through the peephole. She called the police. Greg did not claim first place. Only a few points remained when the sirens wailed. He approached the window, opened it fully, and inhaled sharply. In his mind, a combination of keys, super jump, a special skill his character possessed, but it wasn't him. Awkwardly climbing the ledge, he closed his eyes and mentally pressed the keys. Tracking Greg wasn't hard. He attacked people in uniforms, police, paramedics, even construction workers. Anyone in gear became a target. I had to disguise myself and enter the courtyard where he haunted. That day, I spilled a special liquid my employers had given me. Just a little, not critical. The canister tipped. Precious drops spread across the trailer floor. I cleaned it carefully. Every trucker's trailer is messy, but in mine, the mess was in the glass tanks. I had to prevent extra spirits from manifesting. My order was specific, only these two. After tidying, I went hunting. The night yard was empty. No drunks loitered, no random passers-by. Perfect. Under the lamppost, I took out the sprayer, pressed twice. Droplets sparkled in the yellow light. Minutes later, I repeated. Then I saw him, Greg, arms outstretched, charging at me. When the spirit was near, I removed the cap and poured all the liquid onto his face. Fascinating. An intangible vision became solid. Greg, once ghostly, now materialized. Still vengeful, still dead, but tangible. I restrained him, placed him in a glass cube, chained him. Salt sprinkled, sigils drawn, the spirit contained. I turned to the second tank. The cargo here was equally intriguing. Ryan Parker. Ryan opened a desk drawer, took a thick notebook, and ran his fingers over the cover with a smile. He flipped pages silently, lips moving as he read. Occasionally closing his eyes, he smiled wider. "So much. Too bad it can't always be like this," he murmured, pen in hand, carefully crafting each letter as if postponing what awaited him. Eventually he stood, stretched, went to the bathroom. Warm water, soft foam, and a sharp blade awaited. When the police entered Ryan's apartment, they weren't surprised. His instincts had saved him for years, and they hadn't failed. He left alone, free, in the safety of his warm bath. The notebook remained. Every detail recorded meticulously. Every victim, every action. The final entry described his last victim, himself. Fear of imprisonment drove him to meticulously plan his own death. Yes, this cargo kept me alert. I feared becoming another victim, catalogued in the phantom notebook. I remembered first seeing him, felt him, even before my eyes registered it. My body had adjusted to a different frequency. Pale, snow white, Ryan stood behind me. In his hands, a sharp, thin knife. I had to act decisively. My arms felt weak, legs like jelly. "How strong?" I whispered, pushing past fear. Ryan seemed to anticipate me. Instead of attacking, he ran away. Unprecedented. Usually, vengeful spirits immediately strike upon manifesting. But he fled. A hidden bump, invisible in the dark, caused him to stumble. I seized the moment, threw a standard net, and dragged him into darkness. Years as a trucker taught me many tricks. I carry powerful artifacts, the special liquid that makes spirits tangible, a sort of vest to shield my heart. My truck is marked with symbols visible only under UV light. Frightening, yes, but necessary. It all began 7 years ago, a tragedy I still can't fully process. I blame myself. Now, driving trucks, I help protect ordinary people and neutralize vengeful spirits. My employers approached me unexpectedly. They came to the tiny apartment where I lived. They caught me almost sober. First, condolences, then business. "We need an experienced driver," the young woman said confidently. Her partner, a grey-haired man, stared at me. "Transporting special cargo, restless souls who continue their crimes after death. Capture, contain, deliver. Will provide all tools and protection." "I don't want this," I waved. "Take your woman and go." Thousands of such spirits exist worldwide. People don't realize how many, how they become like this. We fight it so the world doesn't drown. Evil spirits, paranormal threats. Ordinary humans must protect themselves, she said firmly. "Enough," I muttered, reaching for a bottle. Before leaving, she showed me a video. My daughter Maya appeared. She had died 3 months ago. Grey, mottled, moving, a living corpse. Yet I knew she wasn't alive. She had taken 2 others with her. "Maya, Mama, would Dad have stayed if my brother had been born healthy?" "I don't know, Maya. Number, yes. What difference? Go do homework. I'm with your little brother." "And who's to blame he's gone?" "You are. You made my brother like this. You're guilty." Her mother didn't know what to say. Maya stared blankly. "It's our fault. Mom, brother and I. Not Dad," she cried. When the lights went out and her mother and brother slept, Maya sat by the stove, staring, then turned on the gas and lay on the floor. "Your daughter, recognized?" the woman asked. "Her spirit, not alive. We captured her essence. Don't cry. Listen, Maya became a vengeful spirit. She's taking energy from the living. Dangerous. She must be contained. We'll help her find peace." She explained the artifacts, the nationwide travel, capturing restless spirits. Years of driving taught me the country. If something strange happened in your town and then stopped, chances are I've already been there.